Welcome to the table. Here's how you play Slipery Sam. Slipery Sam is a betting game. You can play with 2 or more, but ideally 6 to 8 is what you want to go for. Before the game, everyone agrees on a minimum bet. For this demonstration, we're going to assume everybody agreed that 1 chip is the minimum bet, and they can bet anything over that. The dealer is selected by high cut, so each player is given a small packet of cards, or they cut it themselves, and then everybody exposes what card they cut to. Turns out I got the highest card. Aces are high in this game, so I'm going to be the dealer / banker. Now, once the cards have been shuffled and cut to everybody's liking, the banker decides on how much money they want to risk for the round. To make this an interesting demonstration, I'm going to bet 5 chips. Now, no player can bet more than what's in the pool. We'll get to how the betting works in a second. Each player is going to get a hand of 3 cards, dealt one at a time, face down. And then one final card is dealt face up next to the pool. How does betting work? Each player is trying to compete with my card. When this player is ready to bet, they look at this, and what they're hoping is that among their 3, they have at least 1 heart that's higher than mine. Now, 6 is relatively low, so maybe they're happy with that. So they agreed the minimum bet was 1, so they have to bet over that. So let's say they want to bet 2 chips. They can never bet more than 5. So now the player has made a bet. They look at their hand and they don't show anybody yet. They're looking for a heart in their hand that's higher than mine. Here we'll expose it. You can see they don't have any hearts at all. Now, because their hand lost, they have to expose their entire hand, and then that gets discarded, and then these go to the pool. This player is up. Now, maybe they're not happy with the 6. They probably want something lower. So they might ask for the privilege to having another card dealt. In order to get the privilege of having the card change, they have to pay a previously agreed upon amount. For simplicity, we're going to say that all the players agreed that in order to get a new card, you have to pay 1 chip into the pool. So now that they've paid their privilege money, they get dealt another card. They didn't do much better, but the suit changed. Maybe the blue player isn't happy with that, so they might pay another one into the pool to be dealt another card. Okay, maybe they're not happy with this, so they pay another one to be dealt another card. And it looks like that paid off for them. 2 reasons. Number 1, they can't refuse this card more than 3 times. On the 3rd time, they're forced to bet. But they got lucky. On the 3rd card, they got a really low card. So now, it's time for them to bet. They can never bet more than what's in the pool, but they're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that they've bet and committed their bet, they look at their hand. They're hoping they have a club that's higher than mine. And it turns out they have no clubs, so they've lost 5 into the pool. Everybody looks, and this goes away. Next, the white player. The white player likes the 2, so they're going to bet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chips. They're feeling really lucky. They're hoping they have a club in their hand that's higher than mine. They're going to look at their hand, and let's expose it for this. They don't have a club either, so it looks like they've lost. They expose their entire hand, and then this all goes to the bank. Now, what would this have looked like if a player had won? Suppose this player decided they were comfortable with the 6. They make their bet. They can bet up to 5 at this point, so they're going to make a 3-chip bet. They then look at their hand. We'll expose it for demonstration, but they would secretly look at their hand, and they look for a higher diamond. It turns out they have the highest diamond. So since they won, they don't expose their whole hand. They only expose the winning card, and then they're paid even money. So here they bet 3, they would get 3 out of the pool and take that. And then these are all discarded face down into the discard pile. If all the players have played and there's money in the pool, it goes back to the banker. If the bank goes bust, suppose this player won and this player won all my chips, let's say before we get to the last player, this player had won all my chips, then the bank went bust. In that case, you stop right away, all the cards are collected, and the next dealer is selected.